Alright, what's up guys, NinjaDeathStrike here, bringing you some more Pokemon Showdown battles. Now, we've had some big changes in the format, a lot of big names dropped down, 3 guys that I actually employed quite a bit in OU this gen. Sableye, well, Donphan I didn't, but he's still really good, and Starmie have all dropped down. So, I'm probably going to need to completely remake my team, but I'm still in the process of doing that anyhow, and last weekend I just really felt like battling, so I backed up a ton of battles. So it's going to be a while until we see any of those guys on this channel. But fear not, they will get there, and I'll have good matches to show you in between. So, speaking of matches, here's one. I don't remember if it's good. I hope it is. I'm down here at the bottom. If you watched my videos last week, you'll know this is not the team I was using last week. I've changed it around, trying out a bit of a regenerator core here with a Moongus and Slowbro. Then we have Mega Ampharos, who seemed pretty good, and along with Dugtrio and Chandelure. Dugtrio was just trying out. Dugtrio will be Donphan going forward. I just needed something to set up rocks and be decent. And Dugtrio is decent, but I do think Donphan's just flat out better. So my opponent's team is different. This is a lot of NU guys and Melodic. But UU's still completely up in the air. It started to settle, but I think this recent wave of unbannings will probably have something to say about that. Still, I don't expect a whole lot of these guys to be top tier UU when the dust settles, so we'll have to get into the match and see how it goes. Alright, so I'm going to lead with Slowbro, predicting the Golem lead. That is what's going to happen. I'm going to get crit with an Earthquake, which hurts a whole lot. It actually means that I can't stay in, and then I'm going to activate his weakness policy, so I can't switch out, so Slowbro's just going to die. And that sucks. I definitely think that crit mattered. I guess it didn't, because I would have hit the weakness policy either way, and then the double attack probably would have killed me, so I'm going to go into Dugtrio here, predict the Sucker Punch, and set up my rocks, and then take him out with an Earthquake. So I'm fine with that trade. Golem definitely did his job. He killed almost 2 things, but I traded a guy in Stealth Rocks for Golem, and he's probably not going to be able to set up Stealth Rocks now. That was the only option he had, so Dugtrio is still going to be alive at 1 HP. Excavalier comes in, it has Drill Run, and it does nothing to Ampharos. I mean, it does a pretty nice chunk, but it's not what you'd expect from a super effective attack coming off of something with Escavalier's physical attack. So Ampharos is going to tank it pretty well. It is going to go down to Regice, though. I don't know why I didn't switch out there. I easily could have gone into Chandelure, I think, and been fine, but I guess I decided Mega Ampharos just wasn't worth it. I'll go into Chandelure now, though. I'll be able to set up a sub, be able to catch him off guard with the Shadow Ball. He's going to switch into Exeggutor, which is fine. He's not attacking me. I still have a sub. Exeggutor is going to die. At this point, he's in pretty big trouble. I think Aromatisse is the only thing he has that can really take more than 2 hits from Chandelure, so he's going to set up a Wish Pass here. I go for Shadow Ball, and it's not quite going to kill Melodic, so he'll at least be able to break my sub, but at this point Chandelure has done so much damage to his team, I don't think he's going to be able to come back. He switches out here again, and I just go for the Shadow Ball. I don't need to go for Energy Ball because Melodic's health is so low, so Aromatisse is not going to be able to take 2 of those. It's going to go down. Regice is going to get destroyed by the rocks. But he does not take as much as I expected from that Flamethrower. I thought that'd be an easy one-hit KO from 50% health with 145 base special attack. But no, it's not. And then I'm going to get Parahaxed for a bunch of turns in a row and die. So that kind of sucks, but, you know, it happens. And at this point, it really doesn't matter because Chandelure just did so much damage, he's not going to be able to come back from it. And Dugtrio at 1 HP is going to finish up the match. So there we go. That's the first match. Moving on to the second, I'm up here. We've replaced Slowbro with Crawdaunt because I wanted to try and knock off. Other than that, same team. My opponent's team is much more UU this time. We have Metagross, who's very good in UU. Chansey, we all know my feelings about Chansey at this point. Let's see if it does anything this match. Arcanine, and then Melodic is hiding back here behind Chestnut. You can just see her tail. And Chestnut, who's surprisingly not terrible in UU. So, Florges is also a top tier UU Pokemon. In my opinion, I'm very surprised to see these two, Florges and Chansey, on the same team, but whatever. He has a very stally team, which will be fun. So he's going to lead with Melodic. I'm going to lead with Chandelure. I guess predicting a possible Metagross lead. I thought maybe he had a lead set and I'd be able to catch him off guard, but even that would have been kind of bad. So I'm going to switch Amoonguss in and then go for the Toxic as Chestnut comes in. That's great. Now Chestnut actually blocks Amoonguss if it has its secondary ability, because Giga Drain's not going to do much, and Chestnut is immune to Sludge Bomb thanks to Bulletproof. So I'm assuming he's the Bulletproof variant, and for that reason I'm kind of forced to switch out, but I did get the Toxic on it, which is going to be a big help in wearing it down, since I don't have a great answer for it, I guess, outside of Chandelure. I wasn't sure if Chestnut could learn Stone Edge, though, so Melodic's in here. My team could not care less about Melodic. As you saw, Amoonguss took 27% damage from an Ice Beam, so that's fine. Florges comes in. Amoonguss doesn't care about her either. I'm probably going to go for another Toxic here. No, I do go for a Sludge Bomb. That's going to do nothing against Melodic, so we're kind of just trading blows here. I don't really have a good opportunity to get my Stealth Rocks up there, but I do think I probably should have gone for the Toxic there and tried to Toxic Melodic. That would have been a good move. I don't, though, and so now we're back to this game. And there we go. Seed Bomb does 40% to Chandelure. That hurts pretty badly. Did not expect to take that much damage. You know, it's not a ton, but it is certainly going to limit the amount of times I can switch Chandelure safely into Chestnut. So I do set up a sub on it here, though, knowing he's not going to want to stay in and die. Melodic comes in, so I get a free hit on it, and then switch into Umbreon as he goes for the Scald. So here I'm predicting him to recover. I'm assuming I'm just going to throw a Wish up. Yep, that's what I do. And now I basically have a free switch. I can switch in anything I want to the Wish except Chandelure, and they're going to heal up. So I go into Ampharos thinking this is a good time to go for the Mega Evolution. I get burned by Scald. That's going to be fairly annoying, especially on this set because I am a setup set. So a bit of a hindrance, but Scald does have a pretty high probability of burning, so we'll deal with it. At least it was not a physical attacker. Gonna get a Flash Fire boost from Arcanine here. Chandelure's pretty good check to a large portion of his team, which is helpful. It just can't take a hit that well, so I'm gonna need to try and support it with Wishes when I can. Go back in Umbreon here. Heal Bell to get the burn off of Ampharos. That way I can actually employ the set that I was intending. He's just trying to burn me, I guess. I mean, I can see it. It does help Melodic to an extent to be burned because it'll get its ability up. But it's not going to happen for him. Ampharos is going to come in, not get burned this time, so I'm free to set up here. And here comes Chansey. So, yeah, Toxic is definitely going to hinder this Ampharos set. I have since moved away from this set. I think it's a little too fragile. It can be very powerful when it works, but the chances that you actually get to set it up are pretty low. And basically the idea is just Charge Beam up because you don't take damage from anything ever. And then... oh, this is the Sleep Talk set. Okay. So yeah, so that's maybe not bad. I've still moved away from the set, but it does beat Chansey. So again, we're going to get to see Chansey do nothing. Exactly what Chansey does. And I'm just going to leave Ampharos in here because Chansey can't ever touch me. And now I'm doing almost 50% to it with the Dragon Balls. So he's going to decide that's enough of that. Switch out. Charge Beam's going to do 70-something% to Metagross, and Ampharos is not going to die to an Earthquake. I am then going to miss my Charge Beam, and I switch out, which I shouldn't have done. I should have just... no, because he's faster, so he would have killed me. Yeah, I have to switch out, which is annoying. If what's his name is gonna die, Amoonguss, but then I can trap him with Dugtrio. Finally set up my Stealth Rock so that he can't switch around, and then I just get a decent hit on Chestnut before I go down. So the miss on Charge Beam was a little annoying because it I just won otherwise if I landed that attack, but it's not a huge setback since I still have most of my core and I'm going to be able to rebuild. Now that Stealth Rocks are up too, it's going to punish him for switching around too much. Melodic and Chansey still can obviously heal themselves, but Chestnut and Arcanine are not going to be able to come in very often. And like I said, I don't care about Melodic or Chansey. They are setup fodder. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw up a Wish. I'm going to go to Crawdaunt. Crawdaunt doesn't care about Chansey at all. Going to knock off the Eviolite. It's going to Soft Boil. That's fine. You're going to die now. He goes into Arcanine, goes for the Intimidate, and then dies. So good job, Arcanine. Chansey doesn't come back in. He goes into Chestnut here. And I'm not sure with the Intimidate if Aqua Jet would take him out, so I'm going to switch out, and he's actually going to go for the Protect. I go for Shadow Ball, having no idea that Bulletproof blocks Shadow Ball. I thought it was only, like, shooting moves, but it also blocks ball moves, so that was a waste of Chandelure that definitely didn't need to happen. Luckily, Chandelure had already done his job and taken out the portion of the team that he was kind of assigned, so it doesn't really matter in the end, and I learned something. Kill the Chansey, who, once again, did nothing for those keeping score, and now we're just into Melodic, so I'm going to knock off the leftovers, and I'm actually perfectly content to let him kill Crawdaunt here so that I can get a free switch, so I'm just going to start attacking him. He burns me, that's fine. I'm not going to switch. I just want to die and get a free switch, but I guess I don't. Switch into Umbreon. I could have just stayed in there. It's fine to switch into Umbreon. I do risk getting frozen twice with an Ice Beam, but not a big deal. I am actually going to attack here as I just get my own Wish so that I'll be all set up, and then he's going to burn me with Scald. I'll Heal Bell. I think maybe to wake up Ampharos. I might have been asleep. And he goes for Refresh, which is very odd. Oh, I go back to... Why am I not just killing him with Ampharos? I have no idea what's going on right now. I'm so sorry, guys. This is... Oh, because he's trying to stall, so I'm just screwing around with him, basically. Because he can't ever kill me, so... He finally just starts attacking me, and he dies, although I could have gone into Ampharos and ended that match about 5 or 6 turns earlier, so... There you go. That's going to be the game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Feel free to leave comments. Check out the links in the description. And stay tuned the rest of the week. I'm going to have a new type of video coming probably tomorrow. So make sure you guys check that out. Thanks for watching. More coming your way shortly. Later.